We're going to get started with Zaven, and we've got one running late from class, so we'll get started. Questions for Zaven?
How are you able to kind of, I don't even know how to answer this. How do you divide, Zaven, the disappointment coming out of a defeat, the drive to come back and win, separate that from a pretty dynamic defensive performance last week?
You just got to look at all the things that their defense done better than ours. They had turnovers. They made some bigger plays than us, and I think that's kind of where we fell as a defense. I think we played great, gave our best effort. But as far as turnovers, we need to come up with a little bit more, get the ball back in our offensive hands and plus territory, and that's what they did. They got the ball back in their offense's hands at, the 20 a couple times, which is unfortunate for us, but we still just got to buckle down. And I think, going into next week, that's something that we're really going to focus on.
So you were on the field as it happened. You've reviewed the video multiple times. I mean, did it all reinforce the belief y'all had coming in that your defense was exceptional? Had a chance to be special?
Yeah, I think no matter what people say, I think you just got to believe that and give your effort every time you go onto the field. If not, then that's when things start to break down, and you have to believe that whenever offense is testing you, because no matter how many games you play in a season, you're going to play everyone great. You're not going to be on fire every game, and that's the thing that you have to work through. And I think our defense does a pretty good job with that. We have a lot of veterans, a lot of guys that have played a lot of games and seen a lot of plays. So I think that's something we do well. Just keep pushing through.
Isn't that the beauty of sports, though? I mean, you guys, let's say Travis gets a strip sack. You guys are up 10-0 through the first quarter. You'll forget all about Michigan State, right? And move on.
You have to. There's nothing I can do about it now. It's in the past. So I think the only thing that I can really do is learn from our mistakes then and apply it to each week going forward.
So you talked about what you weren't satisfied with. What were you satisfied with from Saturday?
I was really satisfied with the way we played. Executed very well as a defense. We made a lot of calls. We adjusted to some stuff on the fly really well. We didn't have any film on them because they're a week one game, and going into it, we just had no idea what they were going to do besides previous film. Threw a few new things at us. We adjusted to it fairly quickly. No matter what happened during the game, we still kept pushing, stayed as a team, and I think that was in our favor.
So was that after that opening touchdown drive, you guys were able to make some adjustments that quickly?
That was just a busted coverage, and that's that happens. You just got to look past that. There's nothing. Once that points go on the board, there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to learn from it and fix it. And I think that's something that we need to take into the next few weeks and learn from that.
One last one for me. The sudden change defense. When there's a turnover by your offense and you got to go out there, a lot of times even a really good defense will struggle in that situation. What was key for you guys being good in those spots?
Coach Gillespie just telling us to embrace it. I think we were playing defense on the 20 just a few times, and he just said, just embrace playing right here. Get what you can. Don't give them anything. And when we were there, we're not going to play off. Our goal was to attack and get that ball out of the minus territory. And I think we've done a pretty good job. But no matter what, there's still points being put up on the board by them, and that can't happen, to win a game. So we have to stop them no matter where they're at on the field.
Talk about this to the coach a little bit, but you guys, you just leave Michigan. You're about to go to California. Those long road trips, especially back to back. How taxing is that for you guys as players?
It's pretty taxing between school and everything. Some weeks you got to load all your schoolwork up with you onto the plane, but those plane rides definitely do take a toll. You have to stay hydrated. You have to eat your meal whenever you get to the hotel. You just can't go sleep in your bed because you have meetings and stuff. So you really have to listen to what the nutritionist and strength staff is telling you, because if not, you'll definitely see it come Saturday.
Definitely. Taking care of your body is really, really important, especially going on the road back to back like that. Playing these night games and stuff like that. So I mean, like that's something that we take, a great value into. Taking care of our body. Staying hydrated, just doing all the little things just for us to stay up and be ready for the game.
Montgomery said you guys got back like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning Friday night, and Saturday night you might not get back till 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. What's that mean for you guys? A Saturday? Do you get the rest up, or is it just a
I mean, well, hopefully we'll get to rest up, but I mean, like, if not, I mean, it's just something that we just have to, add to the collection, throw on our shoulders. I mean, that's just something that we do, we just go with the flow. Whatever's thrown at us, that's just something we have to deal with. So, I mean, like, it's just football.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a quick turnaround every week. We'll probably get to sleep in a little bit, but we still have workouts and, film the next morning. So that'll definitely be a little challenge for us, but we're ready to get to that game for sure.
Yeah, just how do you guys, from an offensive standpoint, how do you take last week as maybe? Do you take it as a motivation? I know. I think we saw the Michigan State defense said something about the 200 yards rushing was bulletin board material for them. Mm-hmm. Is this lack of production on the offensive side of the ball bulletin board material for you guys? Something that you guys can hang and say, you know what, this isn't going to happen again. This is something that we're going to get better from this.
Most definitely. We take that as motivation. To the top, especially like the rushing, 200-yard rushing. I mean that's something that our running backs, they have a goal of, and that's something that they will do. That maybe it didn't happen Friday, but that's something that will happen. I mean, going into the game, a lot of people on the offense, or just the whole offense in general, it's a lot of jitters going around. It's a lot of people who haven't played yet. I mean, it just takes reps, So, I mean, that's something that we're going to get down, and that's something that we're going to work on and practice, and that's something that we will be better at, come next game.
So you think the struggles at Michigan State, you think that was more so their defense just being really good? Was it more so you guys just struggling from an execution standpoint? What did you think?
I mean, to start off the game, we had a lot of penalties, so, I mean, we gave them 15 points on offense. So, I mean, like, I can honestly say that's on us, just coming out there from a standpoint and just not taking care of what we need to take care of. So, I mean, that was a good defense, but we could have done better.
Keylon, when were y'all made aware that Zach was going to be the starter against Michigan State?
If I could tell you, I would, but I mean, like, that's just something that we just go with the flow. It really doesn't matter who was starting. We all have great connections with the quarterback, so, I mean, they're both great. So, all in all, I mean, he's a great player, so is Boom. We just love who's back there.
Yeah, and what was the chemistry, the flow like on Friday?
It was really great. I can honestly say that we had great connections. If we just had a little bit more time, things would have got off, and we'd have had better chance, of doing what we really do. But I mean, for his first game, and he hasn't played in a minute, he did really good.
Keylon, it's been described a little bit as when you guys started looking at tape with only 4 defensive backs back there, you're used to your defense with 5, with 3 safeties and 2 cornerbacks. It was almost like, do you remember that, kind of starting to look at that going, hey, there's a little space back there with a different formation? Is that, do you recall kind of going through that and starting to look at it and going, where's that extra guy? Because you're used to doing it against your defense.
Yeah, like I said, our defense is like the best defense we're gonna go against. So I mean, like, just me stepping out there and then looking at their defense and evaluating their defense and seeing there's no one in the middle of the field, I just got happy, get excited. I mean, it's just something that we love to see as an offense, the middle of the field wide open. And us just going against our defense every day and just getting better every day, like, that's going to help us against other teams.